Hey guys, 9.3 today on rotations. And so we are going to draw rotations on the coordinate plane, and we're going to identify and classify a rotation. So let's take a look at these two pictures here. These both describe rotations, and so let's write a little definition. You're probably going to want to put it between the pictures on your paper. A rotation, also known as a turn, is a transformation around a fixed point and we also call that fixed point center of rotation. And it's through a specific angle and direction. So through a specific angle so if we look at the picture on the left, our center of rotation, here's that point, and we have a direction for that. Same thing here, we have a center of rotation and a direction. So this box right here is the biggest and most important thing that we will cover today. So please, these are the rules, underline them, star them, make sure you understand this part right here. To rotate a point 90 degrees counterclockwise, so there's our direction and our angle, about the origin, there's our center of rotation, multiply the y-coordinate by -1, and then interchange the x and y coordinates. Remember, interchange just means flip-flop those coordinates. So if I gave you the coordinate p, which is over at 5 and up 2, p is 5, 2. We're going to multiply the y coordinate by -1. So my y is going p prime. My y coordinate is going to become -2, but I have to interchange the x and y coordinates. So that means my new x coordinate is -2 and my new y coordinate is 5. So we're going to go -2 and up 5. Here's our p prime. So we rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. The next one is a 180-degree rotation. To rotate a point 180 degrees counterclockwise about the origin, so there's our degree, our angle, our direction, and our center of rotation, you are going to multiply the x and y coordinates by -1. So again, let's deal with that point P over at 5, 2. And we're just going to multiply the x and the y coordinates by -1. So we now have a point. Our p prime is -5, -2. So we go -5 and down to p prime, -5, -2. So we rotated about the origin and we went counterclockwise 180 degrees. And next we have a 270-degree rotation. To rotate a point 270 degrees about the counterclockwise about the origin, you're going to multiply the x coordinate this time by -1 and then interchange the x and y. Very similar to our 90-degree rotation, but instead of multiplying the y coordinate, we're multiplying that x coordinate. So again, p over at 5, 2. We are going to p prime, multiply the x coordinate by -1, so thinking that's a -5, and then we switch those coordinates to -5. So 2 and down 5, p prime, 2, -5. Now you're going to want to think about this. A 90-degree rotation, we are going about a quarter of the way around the graph. So notice we have 90 degrees right here. And if we have our 180 degrees, we are going halfway around the graph. So see that straight line? And then our 270-degree rotation is 3/4 of the way around the graph. So if we went, here's our origin, we can look here, and we're going this direction. So that's our 270 degrees rotation. All right, triangle PQR has vertices of 1, 1, 4, 5, and 5, 1. So let's graph those right away. 1, 1, we have P, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is our Q, and our R is 5, 1. So we graph this triangle. It says graph PQR and its image after a rotation of 90 degrees about the origin. So looking, we are going to make PQ and R prime. 90-degree rotation, that's this one right here. We're going to multiply the y by -1 and then switch them. So our new coordinates for P, we're going to take that y and multiply it by -1, and it now becomes our new x, and our x becomes our y. Q, we're going to take the y and multiply it by -1, and that becomes our new x, and our old x becomes our new y. Q and R, we're going to multiply by -1, and that becomes our new x, and becomes our new y. So I'm going to graph this in a different color. P is at -1, 1, so P prime. Q prime is at -5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Q prime. And then R prime is going to be -1, 5. Oops, -1 and up 5. -1, up 5. R prime. And there's our 90-degree rotation about the origin. All right, number 2, JKL is shown below. What's the image of point J after a rotation of 270 degrees counterclockwise about the origin? So here's point J, and we just need to find J prime. Well, remember the rules for 270-degree rotation. Multiply the x by -1, and then interchange the coordinates. So we were at 3, -7. We're going to multiply our x coordinate by -1. So that becomes -3, but that's no longer our x coordinate. That's our new y coordinate. And our old y coordinate switches to being our new x coordinates. All right, next problem. Hexagon DGJTSR is shown below. What is the image of point T after a 90 degrees counterclockwise rotation about the origin? So here's point T. So let's go ahead and give ourselves that ordered pair. So we are over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 1, 2, 3. All right, 90-degree rotation, remember, says we're going to multiply the y coordinate by -1. So that's multiplying that one by -1, but we have to interchange the coordinates. So that becomes our new x, and our old x becomes our new y. So that's T prime. And that looks like it is C. All right, for the following diagram, which description best identifies the rotation of triangle ABC around point Q? Now notice the blue one is our original, that's our image, or pre-image, because it's A, B, and C. The green one is A prime, B prime, and C prime. Ooh, we lost B prime. B prime. All right, so here is point Q. So if I just follow point A to A prime, I see that it went 90 degrees. So this is going to be a 90 degrees, and because it goes this way, that is counterclockwise. All right, last one. Triangle PQR is shown below. What's the image of point Q after a 90 degrees counterclockwise rotation about the origin? Remember, for 90-degree rotation, we are going to multiply the y by -1 and then interchange our coordinates. Okay, so our Q point is here. Our multiply our y by -1, so that's going to be -5 now, but that becomes our new x coordinate, and our x coordinate becomes our new y coordinate. So we see here our answer is B. All right, so your worksheet's going to follow just along with this, and we'll talk to you guys later.